This is our first live stream. I'm really mostly testing it to see how good it looks. Nobody's come in yet. We didn't announce it or anything, but I figure since I got a fire going, I'm eating some hot dogs that I grilled yesterday. See if anybody wants to jump on. Hey, what's up? How's it look? I mean, I'm dark. Oh, I just got bright. Is it jittery at all? I did bring a bottle opener. Excuse me. Good. Glad to hear it's clear. As you can see, we got all of our stuff burnt. Cleaned out around the tree. So that's what's left over there burning. Yeah, finally got it to burn. It was still a little wet, but it caught pretty quick this time. I have no way of getting this to be brighter. It's just kind of dark out here. Oh, let me plug it in, actually. Hey, it's Caden. What are you doing here? How are you doing? Well, I'm glad to have you. That was a good surprise. I didn't expect you. I didn't expect anybody. That's awesome. Hello, everybody. We got a few people in here. I have no idea how to see who's actually in here. It's kind of crazy. Oh, there it is, participants. Although it doesn't say who else is in here. So what have you been up to, Caden? Are you back in school? Hey, how you doing, Homestead Aquarius? We're testing out this whole live thing. I've never done it, so. Cat without the hat. Welcome, brother. You have a mini fridge full of sweet potato pies. Okay, that's very specific. Yeah, we had a bunch of brush we cleared out from underneath these trees over here, so I finally got around to getting rid of it. We tried last weekend, but it was still too wet. Yeah, you hear the whippoorwill? He's over that way somewhere. He'd say what's important. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with sweet potato pies. So, it's funny. Every time I see a mushroom on the farm, I think a cat without the hat. We've seen a bunch of them in our manure piles over here. Hey, I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day. Got some devil's backbone. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show this, but we'll see. Vienna lager. And a nice fire. It was a gorgeous day today. Perfect weather. Oh, I was just eating hot dogs. Leftover hot dogs from grilling out yesterday or day before yesterday. And we're going to have a full moon tonight. I'll turn it and let you see if you guys can see it. Barely, but so I started putting up the electric fence today. Try to keep the deer out of the garden. The whippoorwill's getting closer. Yeah, I need to pull down the posts that we have from our house. I'm in Central Virginia. Yeah, that whippoorwill gets closer and closer. Sometimes he's in this apple tree in the backyard, and he's super loud. But I'm from Alabama. I'm from Tuscaloosa, but I've been in Virginia for 15, 20 years now. Caden, these are different apples. They're June apples, so they don't really taste the same, but they're still delicious apples. They're tiny apples. They're like crab apples, but they're good for applesauce and frying them and that sort of stuff. We also have our native airplane. We do get a lot of planes that fly over here. I really appreciate you guys coming in. I actually wasn't expecting anybody, so I appreciate you guys. We were just really testing it out. Figured why not have our first live stream. We actually tried to do it yesterday, but then we found out that you had to wait 24 hours to be verified. So right. It is usually pretty quiet around here. We do get some noise though. There's a road not too far from here that you can hear trucks. And of course, everybody around here has big truck, so you can hear them from a mile away anyway. But also, the neighbors have a fox preserve, and they've got a ton of dogs over there that just bark a lot at night. Yeah, just to go live. Hey, it's all right. Cat without the hat. I understand. I'm actually surprised if it. Hopefully, it looks good because our internet here's junk most of the time, but sometimes it works well. So I have a hard time watching videos too. We try to watch as many as we can, but there's so many. There's so many channels, so many different things to watch, and it's hard to keep up sometimes. And I know for Homestead Aquarius, that's doubly so because he has to watch all of them. I'm gonna go stoke this fire real quick. Wow, that's too bright. I'm actually facing the house this way, so the floodlight's not. I mean, this fire's not helping any right now. It'll die down a little bit. Well, that sucks, Cat without the hat. They'll censor you for just about anything. We have to be real careful, or we're trying to be real careful. Yeah, we have a hard time making a video under 10 minutes. I don't know why. Amy keeps telling me to try to make short videos, and I just don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I just don't know what to do. All of our stuff ends up being 10, 15 minutes long, if not longer. But we try to keep them short, or we want to keep them short so that people can, watch them and not have to spend all day. I didn't have to do anything for going live. It was just the first time I tried, it said you had to wait 24 hours for your channel to be verified. I didn't have to fill anything out. Well, I did have to fill out what I wanted to go live for, I guess, the first time. And then it told me I couldn't go live. So yeah, Amy can attest. I make long videos. If I didn't cut half the stuff out, I'd have 30, 40 minute long videos every time because I like to talk too. Yeah. Yeah, we were going to do a birthday live stream because yesterday was my birthday, so we were trying to do that, but we could not do it. And since it was Sunday, Amy had to leave to go back to town. So you're talking about Micro Farmer? Hey, Chicken Johnny. It'd be a good night to camp out around here. It's beautiful. Yep, first birthday. Yeah, Micro Farmer's who the one who posted on our channel first to tell us about Shed Wars. So he's to blame for us creating all these stinking garden beds. Yeah, we got to create all these garden beds so we can keep up with Chicken Johnny over there. Yeah, so Amy comes in on the weekends now because she works in town where we used to live or still live, I guess. So I don't know how many of you know our story, I guess, but just real quick, we actually have two houses. We're trying to get the other one ready to sell, but so we bought this property last year, and so I'm up here pretty much full time because I'm not working right now. So I'm up here pretty much full time preparing the garden and working on the inside of the house to try to fix it up. So she's my sugar mama right now. She brings home the bacon and I cook it on the weekends. I guess that's all we have now too, Chicken Johnny. Ours, we've got about 8,000 square feet plotted out. So we have 4 2,000 square foot beds right now. And yeah, this is a good life. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate you working while I'm out here drinking beers by the fire. She'll eventually not have to. So long-term goals are to have her be up here full time and not work. And I work in IT, so I can work remote as long as we can get good internet up here. which is what I'm working on too. Yeah, we were looking for something that was, around maybe 20 acres or so. And for some reason, we just decided to get 62. Why not? If you have it. As someone said, they're not making any more land, so buy as much as you can. And honestly, we got a really good deal on it, so it was a no-brainer. Yeah, really need Starlink to hurry up. Yeah, we signed up for Starlink, Elon Musk's internet thing, and so I watch every launch, thinking maybe that's the one that's going to be for me. We're in Central Virginia, Chicken Johnny. Yeah, we've been. Well, I guess we have been looking for a meetup to see if we can find some. We are going to there's the I forget what it's called. It's just a homesteaders meetup in Northern Virginia. Or it's Northwest Virginia. I think that's in October, if I'm not mistaken. Amy signed us up for it. But we should do one for sure. Yeah, Homesteaders of America. Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I didn't. The more that we live here, the more that I realize how great it is to have this on top of this hill. We have an acre that we can use for a garden. We've got 5 acres over here. We don't know what we're going to do with right now, which is crazy. Right now, the guy's haying it, using it for hay. There's a neighbor that uses it to feed his cows and stuff. So we just let him do it as long as he takes care of it. And but eventually we might put some goats out there. We that's only 7 acres of the 62 acres that we have. So yeah, that's good advice. Cat without the hat. Hey Zach, how you doing? Yeah, we have a spring that actually starts on the property. So it's a spring that runs down, and then there's another spring that starts on the neighboring property that kind of runs down in a corner at the end. But it's a nice little spring, and it runs all the time. There was a guy who came up here and said that if it does run out, that there's actually a second spring, but that if it ever goes dry, but it rarely ever goes dry. But it's been there forever. One thing here, the well water. I've been on well water when I was growing up, and we've been to places. And I know people who have well water, and it's not perfect. This water is perfect, absolutely perfect. Matter of fact, when I went back and drank the water at our other house, it tasted funny. That's awesome, man. Yeah, we do need to get some meetups. We have a hard time doing that. We have a hard time starting things like that, but it's definitely something we want to do. Meet people who like the same things that we do. Yeah, that sucks, Chicken Johnny. Yeah, ours, when we first moved here, our well had some like a little yellow tinge to it, which is just iron bacteria. But it didn't smell at all or anything. But we had to replace. It was on a jet pump, and um, it had just been put in a long time ago. So the line in the well was leaking, so we were losing pressure, and then the jet pump would become deprimed. So I'd have to come out here and pour water in it, and eventually it just wasn't going to make it anymore. So we paid some money to get some guys to come out here and put an in well pump, move the tank into the cellar, and it's an 85 gallon tank or whatever. It's been great. And the yellow tinge completely went away, and it's just pure water now. Hey, William. How you doing? So William's my uncle, and Zach is Amy's brother, and Amy's obviously my wife. You know, I'm not exactly sure, Homestead Aquarius. What's funny is when they said on the inspection, they said it was only like 50 feet deep. That's not true, I don't think. I looked down there, it's definitely further than 50 feet, but I think it's like 100, 150. Hey, Lizzie. Lizzie's my sister, so my whole family's coming in, it seems like. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Chicken Johnny, it's funny because this is our first year here. We really didn't plan out irrigation very well, but we want to get growing anyway. So I got a water hose running from the house up to the hill that is coming directly from the pressure tank that we're going to use to feed our irrigation tape. We're not really off grid. We have power. You know, if power is really the only thing. I mean, we got we have oil forced air heat. So we've got heat with that. It's got actually a wood burning furnace as well. But we definitely have power. We may go solar one day. Yeah, let me stoke this real quick. So Homestead Aquarius, you're in Alabama, right? There you go, Lizzie. How close are you to Tuscaloosa, or what part of the state kind of are you in? Nice. Yeah. Most Lizzie and William are both in Alabama. They're near Tuscaloosa, though. Not too far away. Yeah, it'll be good to have you, Lizzie. It's whenever it works for you guys. Finally starting to get this place cleaned up a little bit. Just ketchup and mustard. I'm a simple man. Okay, Lizzie, done. You better be careful what you wish for. Yeah, if you like work, we've got plenty of it for you. I got my first serious blister the other day. We'll give you work gloves, though. Don't worry. You get to go into the woods and cut out all the vines. Nice. Hey, I appreciate that. I feel like I need to stoke this fire. It seems to be burning out pretty fast. A lot of this is just vines and stuff, so they burn quick. I'm going to go get some more stuff to put on here real quick. I'll be right back. See you later, Chicken Johnny. I appreciate you stopping by. Really do. All right, William, you bring the brush to me and I'll burn it for you. Yeah, the whippoorwill's moving that way. It's in the that little grove of trees in the center of the field, and I think it's just moved on further that way. Yeah, I was figuring it'd just be Amy jumping in. I don't know if you guys can hear those dogs off in the distance. I'm gonna go grab another one of these. These are pretty good. The Vienna Lager, Devil's Backbone. I'm just feeling fancy. I still got Bud Light in there, don't worry. For when I'm just thirsty. See, I can't do IPAs. I was never a beer drinker, really, but I like lagers and wheat beers and stuff like that. My favorites are probably just Hefeweizen German beers when I do drink. I don't drink much. I really don't. We have so much alcohol. It's funny. Amy and I have, a house where you think we're alcoholics because of the amount of alcohol we have in our house, but we just don't drink very much. Speaking of which, I'm going to go get another one, though. All right. Back. Yeah, we definitely always end up with more alcohol. That's how we got most of it. We didn't even buy half of it. We still have wine from our wedding. A lot of it. I'm not sure, Lizzie. Um, Probably next couple of days. This week, I'm trying to work on the electric fence, the irrigation, maybe the irrigation. I may not do that till next week, and just making more, preparing more beds. So probably in the next few days, though, I'll have another video out. I'm just trying to keep people updated on, different things. Like we have our fruit trees, our cherry trees, and peach trees, and our apple tree, and other things too. They're all starting to grow fruit. So I'm just trying to keep people updated with that and what's growing in the garden. We will eventually. We still have a lot more work to do in the house, but we'll eventually do a house update. We want to do a little bit more before we do that. Get a little further. But we've made some good progress in the house. We just have to keep going. Yeah, I think we are using Repost Gray. Just for you, Lizzie. Hey, anytime, man. We appreciate you. Yeah, we're trying to. I mean, we've only been doing this since I guess November, so we're new to the YouTube thing, new to you know all of this. So it's my first live stream. We'll do more, um, so it'll be fun. Maybe we'll do one with Amy here. There's like 3 whippoorwills out here now. I don't know, Lizzie. I still need to look. William and I were talking about doing a goat trade from Alabama to Pennsylvania. I still need to look around locally and see if there's a where I can sell goats. See what the market is. We're definitely going to time and we'll do chickens. We just didn't want to do any animal or don't want to do any animals until we are for sure up here full time. There's still a chance that if I go back to work, that I might need to go back to the house more often and just come up here on the weekends. There's still that chance, but until I need to do that, um, we're just kind of playing it by ear. But plants don't need as much attention as animals do, so we can let the plants go for a weekend and they should be fine. I appreciate it, Homestead, Aquarius. Definitely appreciate everything. Thanks for showing out and spreading the love for us. Team Woodcutter. I don't have any stories. I'm not good at storytelling. You know that. I save all my stories for videos. I don't know if I have any that are any good. I used to be mean to Lizzie a lot. You know, that was about it. She followed me around a lot, and I would be mean to her a lot. And I feel bad about it a little bit as an adult. Yep. And there she is. Yeah. She followed me around, and I followed William around. That's basically how that went. I had to be. I had Crystal as my older sister. So I had to pass some of that stuff down that I got from her down to Lizzie. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, you can probably take a slap upside the back of your head. Yeah, yeah, you were not a bad influence for me, William. No, I definitely followed you around like a lost puppy. Anywhere you went, I was going. So, but I had fun, had a good time. We had really fun times. I remember playing spoons at your house. Spoons was fun. I told Amy about that a while back. Um, uh, was how competitive the game of spoons was, and I really want to play it. I need to get some people here to play some spoons. Yeah, I used to put Lizzie in a figure four move all the time. It was dangerous. That was combative spoons. It wasn't just normal spoons. That was combative. I don't know if any of you other guys have ever played spoons before, but yeah, we would always slap the table. It's such a good trick. It make everybody go for the spoons. Yeah, we would. I don't remember where I was, but I was at some place and they didn't have enough spoons. So they used an ice cream scoop or something later on in life, and it like cut my hand when I tried to grab it because somebody grabbed the other side. Yeah, spork's probably a little more dangerous if you catch the wrong end of it. Oh yeah, he was super sneaky with that, Lizzie. Just slide a spoon off the table, nobody know, everybody's still playing, and then everybody look around and realize something wasn't right. Somebody had stopped. Well, we did play knives a little bit, Amy. Crystal chased me around with a knife a few times when I would. So she'd take the remote control on the TV, and I would go hold my finger over the infrared, and so she couldn't use the remote, and so she'd get pretty mad at me. I bet you are, William. It's a good game because it really, unless you're paying attention, a lot of sneaky stuff can happen. I'm going to turn this over a bit. Yeah. Well, I can help, but hey, Cajun, good to have you. Yeah, I helped build the deck, but I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing to this day, I don't think. We're going to have to rebuild the deck over here or build a deck. I got lofty goals, but I'll have to remember back to that day because that's the only other day I've helped build a deck. But we got to tear this ramp off the front. Oh, for sure, Lizzie. He definitely did most of the work. But it was fun. It was good to learn. And I'm happy that it's still standing. Yeah, I need somebody to come up here and help point now too. Amy does the pointing now. This fire feels good. It's starting to cool off out here. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I know how to deal with pointing for sure. Well, it was 72 today, Cajun. Um, I actually got a little hotter than that, but it was 72 a little while ago. So it's probably in the high 60s now. I could actually look on my phone, tell you the truth instead of just guessing. No, it's 57 actually. It's a little chilly. Feels good next to this fire though. It's still not that cold. Yeah, Amy definitely is the brains of the operation, or at least the stable brains of the operation. Yeah, this week it's supposed to get warm in the mid to high 80s, Cajun. Um, Today I don't think it quite hit that. It might have hit 80. Let me look. But it's definitely getting warm this week, and I'm excited about it a little bit. I don't want it to get too crazy, but tonight it's supposed to get down to 50. It's supposed to be 83 tomorrow, 86, then 87. So it jumps up pretty fast. And then it jumps back down to 72. So, and yes, I put all the seedlings inside. They're safe. My goal here is not to kill plants. We're in Central Virginia, Cajun. Yeah, I'm ready for the heat. My plants are ready for the heat too. I just love seeing things pop up after a good rain and a little bit of warmth. I was telling Amy earlier, this is the time of year to remember it exists. I love spring because the weather's just perfect. It looks like there's a UFO coming down from up there. Uh-oh. I guess if I get abducted, it'll be on live stream. So we'll get some views. I just realized my GoPro's been filming this entire time. Yeah, it seems like if I move back, I can control it. Yeah, send up the drone. Yeah, Cajun, we lived in North Carolina for a little while as kids till I was about 11. Then we moved back to Alabama. I was born in Alabama, though. And then I've been here when I turned 18, graduated high school. I joined the Marine Corps, and that's how I got to Virginia. I was stationed in Quantico and decided to stay. Lizzie, I could probably scare some people with that drone around here because it's got a bottom light that shines out. I bet if I flew it over their house, they would freak out. Wouldn't know what it is. Right, yeah, Lizzie was born in North Carolina. She's a foreigner. I remember when Lizzie called me the first time. Um, I don't know when it was, but I'd lived in Virginia for a little bit or had been in the Marine Corps, and my accent wasn't quite as strong as it used to be. We got on the phone, and she said, "You sound like a Northerner." But whenever I talk to my family, it gets a lot worse. My accent. Lizzie, what's Matt doing? Is he still working all the time? Yeah, I don't think Amy's ready for it. She thinks she's ready for it, but I don't think she's ready for it. She does not quite know how serious the spoon game is, but she'll find out. He needs to get this GTR, huh? I mean, I guess I can make a trip to New Mexico. I've never been to New Mexico. I'll check out this moon here. Let's see if you can see it now. Yeah, it's a little blurry, but it's definitely full. I'm gonna move a little closer to this fire. You should have seen it earlier, Lizzie. It was definitely blazing. I'm glad now that I can mow around here with a little bit less junk. That's what it sounds like sometimes, William. Just constant. I have some gasoline over there. Doesn't it look like a UFO? Isn't that weird? And now it's got beams of light coming down. Because there is no light up here. So what that blue light is, I have no idea. What was that old movie where the guy got abducted and was like Firewalker or something like that? Fire. It sounds like somebody's beating them dogs over there. Fire in the Sky, that's what it was. My drone would never turn on me. We are best friends forever. I do love that drone. Fire in the Sky is one that I remember. Obviously, there's a lot of them, but Fire in the Sky is the one I'm thinking of. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, it's just a beam of light. Oh, my first drone? Yeah, my first drone, I bought it probably a week after we got here. It was like a $200 Chinese drone off of Amazon because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a drone, but I wanted to get used to one. And I fly it up for the first real time to kind of look at the property from the air. And I sent it off over the trees a little bit. And for some reason, I also couldn't figure out how to record with it. Every time I would think I was recording, I wasn't. And when I meant not to record, it was recording. And so I told it to come home, to go back to where it started, a GPS home point, and it flew in the opposite direction and would not respond and just kept going. And I was watching it, my camera on my phone, as the thing just flew off. Nothing I could do, everything I tried, it just was not responding. But then earlier this year, or this winter, I walked out through the woods and I walked to the corner of the property and I found it just laying on the ground right on the property line. Yeah, it was trying to go to China. When I said home, it thought that's where it was because that's where it was made. I wonder if that is towards China that way. I guess you'd hit China eventually. Yeah, William. I don't know what she's doing to them, but she's beating them pretty good over there. Now they have a fox preserve across the street, and he's got a ton of dogs over there. And I think they let him chase foxes. And that whippoorwill is still going. No, we don't want more dogs, Lizzie. Now we probably do want some more dogs eventually. Maybe not right now, but I want a German Shepherd. I want an outdoor dog out here because our dogs, unfortunately, you can't trust them to not run. So we have to put them on a leash all the time. I want a dog that I know will come home and also, kind of guard the area as a watchdog. We do get a lot of dogs from the neighbors around here that are running around because it's legal here to hunt with dogs, and all around us, this property with all the pine trees, they actually leased it out to a hunt club, and so they run those dogs all over the place. So they run all over our property and everything. It's not ideal, but they can do that. I did see some turkeys the other day. Our closest neighbors are on the other side. I mean, so if I go out this road and go not very far down the road, there's a main road there. And on that main road, there is a lot of different houses, smaller places right on the main road. So they're probably, an eighth of a mile or so. They're not very far, maybe quarter mile. Hey, John. Thanks for joining us. This is our first live stream, so we're trying to figure things out, but so far it's been pretty good. Right now, our most exciting crop is radishes because it's the fastest thing, and it's going to be the first thing that we're going to be able to eat. That's our most exciting. I don't know. I like growing okra, love okra, so that's always kind of my most exciting crop. Yeah. So, but I'm also going to grow corn for the first time. I've never grown corn, but we're going to grow corn this year. Let me go get some stuff for it. I got to go. I've got piles of limbs and stuff all around this property, so I can always find more wood. gasoline for you, Lizzie. Now we're growing. All right, now it's hot. Woo. Jeez. I burned some of the cardboard, Amy. This is there was a big box bush that was way overgrown in our front yard. And we chopped it down and put it over in the woods. And we still got some stuff to burn. It would never burn because it was always wet. Yeah, that UFO right there. I don't know what that's from. That's odd. I guess it's just how the camera sees the fire. Yeah, that's generally our idea, is just if you're not sure how to grow something, put it in the ground and watch it. I don't think I've seen it. Cat without the hat. Yeah, Ghost of Brutus. For those that don't know, Brutus is the name of the guy that used to live here. Had a dog that he loved, and he buried it in the front yard. It died in 1985, and it still has the gravestone out here in the front yard. And they didn't want us to move it, and we said, we're not going to move it unless we need to move it. But we'll move it one day. But the Ghost of Brutus, Brutus Oliver was his name. We give homage to old Brutus all the time. He probably will haunt us. No, we'll leave it there. It's a pet cemetery for now. Maybe that is the ghost of Brutus. The R of Brutus. Hopefully, it's a good omen. Is that an oxymoron? A good omen? I definitely got to say, I did not expect to have this many people join us, so we really appreciate you guys. Yeah, that was him barking earlier. You're torturing old Brutus over there. Hey, Farm and HVAC. You know, it's funny. We're the same way. I'm getting less and less shy. Amy's still very shy because she hasn't done too many videos. But it's funny as I tell her, it's like just do it more often, and it becomes kind of second nature. It's still weird though. It is weird talking into a camera. It's weird recording yourself doing things. It's weird also trying to do stuff on the farm, and you're trying to figure out how I can do this that's best to be recorded and viewed instead of just doing it. We still have yet to come up with a way to have good ideas for videos. So we just kind of record stuff and then make a video of it. And that's why I have a hard time making finding titles for it, because it's like, here's just an update on what we're doing. There's no specific reason for it. Hey, put a bag on your head if that's what you need to do. Homestead Aquarius doesn't even show his face. So you could do that too. Just not show your face and talk. Add a little air of mystery. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely had a lot of fun. And we annoyed a lot of people probably with it too. And I continued to do that later on in life. Yeah, like Amy said, it's funny because we don't even take pictures. We really don't. We need to. Um, but part of this was for us to be able to record what we're doing so that we could look back on it as well. Yeah, it's great for other people. And we want other people to come and enjoy and hopefully find interesting what we do, but also just for us to be able to say, come back in a year or two and look back and say, this is what it was, this is what it is now. Yeah, those old VHS tapes though were some funny stuff. Embarrassing stuff too, but hilarious. We need to get some of those converted to digital. I think we've talked about it a few times. I don't know that we've ever done it. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad we can do this too. I'm glad that we can do live streams. It's kind of nice to be able to get family together and do some live streams too. And all the other people that are joining in too can, are all good friends, and it's nice to have people be interested. And also the other thing is when you move out into the middle of nowhere and you live in another state, it's hard to keep up with people and it's hard to visit. So this way people can visit us digitally and see what we're up to, and it's kind of nice. Hey, Ramdas. Yeah, It's that same whippoorwill, or 2 or 3 of them, I think. If you can get these dogs to hush over here, you could hear it a little bit better, but it's still pretty loud. I feel like I'm Tom Hanks. What was that movie where he made fire? Castaway. Gotta have a good poking stick. Got this stick is a one of the closet rails in the house we ripped out. It's a good poking stick. Yeah, Wilson. Yeah, Homestead Aquarius has a Wilson. He's actually growing onions out of a old volleyball or soccer ball or something, and he's actually got hair growing out, which are onions. Yeah, it does look like a Ten Commandment stick. Still got a little nail in it. You probably can't see it. Got to be careful of that. I have to take some of these ashes and spread it around the garden too. So the drone that I have is a DJI Mavic Air 2. And I definitely recommend it if you want to get one for sure. It's a really nice one, but it's not the cheapest, but it's also not the most expensive. For the whole pack with the Fly More kit, which includes 3 batteries and a bunch of other stuff, chargers and things like that, it was a little less than $1,000. So like pretty much right there. I think the drone alone is $600. I wouldn't recommend getting a $200 one if you can help it. I mean, if that's all you can get, then do it. But for the money, if you really want a nice drone that you're not going to have any issues with, I couldn't. It was money well spent to me. The thing will withstand up to 25-mile-an-hour winds, and it'll sit very still. It takes off easy. It's easy to control, and it's pretty consistent. Yeah, we gotta figure out what we're gonna put in our old shop vac. I think we're gonna put peppers in there at this point. It might change, but um, I got some super hot peppers that I'm not really even sure what they are, but I know that they're hot because they're from last year and I grew nothing but hot peppers. Um, and so I just had some leftover seeds that I didn't even know what they were. So I think we're going to put those in the shop vac. Oh, you did, Lizzie. Good. Yeah. Yeah, it's super sweet. You're gonna have to pry the spoon out of both of your hands with this stick. Yeah, we definitely need to play some spoons. That'd be funny to watch people play spoons too on the live stream as well. I don't think yeah, I think I threw away the hose. I might have kept it. I don't know. I usually keep hoses like that too because you can use them for all kinds of different stuff. Oh yeah, did you guys see that snake video we just posted? Snake's still in the house as far as I know. One of the guys commented that normally comes and watches our videos that should have just picked it up, but that's just not me. I don't know. Something about snakes. I don't. Even though if I know they're not poisonous, I really gotta get in a mood to touch a snake like that. Yeah, farming HVAC. I mean, I understand that they're beneficial and they're good and they're not bad, but I don't want to touch them. I'm good. I do remember that, Lizzie. That was like the day we moved out. We moved that fridge, and there was a big old black snake underneath there. We had racing snakes there, because I remember seeing them out in the backyard, and if you ran away from them, they'd chase you. Now that's freaky. That's scary. If you chased them, they'd run away, but if you ran away, they'd chase you. They're coming for me. Yeah, I think that snake was about to shed its skin too. So I think it's just finding a place it could rub up against. And it's nice and warm in the house. So, yep, farming HVAC. That's what ours was. It's a black rat snake. It's just weird because I'd never really seen one. I guess I've probably seen them, but I never really got up close to one. But they shake their tail like they're a rattlesnake, and it's really eerie, that sound. There's something about that sound that just kind of hits your soul and says, "Hold on just a second, you should step away from this thing." But something about a rattle and a snake that says, "No, no, 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 you need to move back." That's funny. Yeah, those black racers are fast too. I remember my dad killed a snake in the backyard, chopped its head off and left it on like this stump. And it moved for a really long time after that, just kind of the muscles. And I went back like a day later and it was gone. And I remember thinking that it grew its head back and had left. I mean, it was probably eaten by something, but I just remember thinking, it never really died. It grew its head back and left. No murder hornets that I'm aware of. We've got a lot of bees, but no murder hornets. We got some wasps and stuff though. Got stung last year cleaning out that box bush. Got stung by wasps. That didn't feel too good. There was a story. I'll say one thing in North Carolina as well. I was out in the woods and I don't know what I came across, but it was like a swarm of bumblebees, and I started running, right, because they were chasing me. They really were chasing me. Um, and normally yellow jackets are my nemesis, but for some reason this was just a ton of bumblebees. It was weird, and I was running through the woods and I kept tripping. And I was thinking at the time, I understand why everyone in all those Friday the 13th movies were falling down all the time. You always watch them and wonder, why can't you guys just stay on your feet? It's because you hit every root as you're trying to run away, completely scared to death. You hit every root and trip over everything. Yeah, it's just a story of my girl. Just a little more pathetic, I guess. Speaking of cherry trees, I'm excited about our cherry trees this year. We got a frost the other day, which I was worried was gonna hurt them. I don't think it did too much. Same with our peach trees. The peaches look fine. They're still growing. They didn't fall off or anything. I didn't have glasses then, Lizzie, but I did hang out with Veda Sultanfuss down by the pond, hanging by my feet from the tree. Hang on one second. I saw something fly over here. It's a whippoorwill. You're coming with me. That's kind of neat. Yeah, he flew right down there. Yeah, it gets a good echo down there in that little alley there. Yeah, I saw him. He just flew right down in the little walkway, little path that we have there. I haven't seen our bats. We had some bats up here, but I haven't seen them recently. I would see them flying around the lights over here eating the bugs. Of course, it's hard to see them. I mean, my worst chore is probably clearing vines off of trees. We've got a ton of, they're called, what is it? Sorry, the fire's making a weird noise. Japanese honeysuckles, I think they're, and they're vining. And they're at a lot of the edges of the trees around the cherry trees and stuff like that. So you got to get in there and clear them out or they'll pull trees straight down. A lot of our cherry trees were kind of infested with them, and we've cleaned some of them out, but there's a whole lot more. And they were all over this apple tree. So we cut that down and separated the ground from the tree. And we got to do that with our peach trees over here on this side as well. It's pretty much everywhere. But the thing about weeds like that is that they grow pretty fast, but I can cut them down pretty fast too. You just got to cut them at the bottom and clean them out, let them die off. I'm going to get some more stuff for the fire real quick. We don't have any blueberries, but we have blackberries everywhere. I don't think we do, William. I don't know. I haven't seen any. I just found we have some dogwoods and we do have this what's it called? Redwood or red oak? Not red oak. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's got these really pretty purple flowers on it. Hey, Simply Jan. Welcome. I need to put some more wood on this fire here. I'm getting cold. I'm going to do that real quick and be right back. All right. So when I was over there getting wood, that whippoorwill or a different one flew to the same spot down there. So I guess they have a meeting place down there. They go on dates back there behind their house. Welcome, Obsessive Gardener. Appreciate you stopping by. Get out of the way of the fire. Let you guys see what you want to see. Yeah, it's super calm here, Simply Jan. I mean, it's the last few weeks have been really windy, but it is dead calm tonight. I appreciate that, Ramdas. I'm glad you like a lot of the stuff that we do as far as nature goes. We're going to try to do some more of that this year. I want to get down to the woods a little bit more too. And actually, you, because you appreciate it, inspired me to do maybe just some sounds of nature videos as well. Because there's a lot of just awesome sounds around here that I want to capture. So that's actually the light off of the floodlights on the house. The moon's actually this way, and it's actually a little cloudy. It's a little eerie right now. Hey, Hands in the Dirt. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate all you guys coming by. We didn't expect that many people to drop in, being it was our first live stream. Simply Jan, I think it's still in there. I don't know. We haven't looked at it for it again. We've kind of been living in ignorance is bliss. We just assume that it left. Oh, can't forget to drink my beer here. Thanks, Bake-a-Leg. Appreciate it. It probably is still there, Simply Jan. I don't blame it. We actually, when we first moved in, we found a snake skin in the cellar. So, and it actually looks like the same thing now that I look at it. So, I don't know if it was the same one. Probably not the same one, but hey, as long as it keeps mice out of the cellar and out of the house, I'm okay with it. Amy's not, but I am. Yeah, the birds never shut up. Yeah, they're cool though. I like them. They don't. Once you're in the house, it really doesn't bother you that much, and they're actually kind of pretty. So they do get a little crazy though every now and then when they're out right outside of the house. Yeah, today was a good day though. Definitely got some stuff done in the garden, so we're just relaxing. And this is work because I needed to burn all this brush. So technically I'm working right now. What a horrible life. Yeah, I can always smell snakes. Usually I couldn't smell this one though. It was pretty scary. Amy was over there by the sink downstairs, and I just look above her head. Well, I heard what sounded like water, and so I was like, "Wait a minute, why am I hearing water in the walls?" And I look up and I just see a tail slither around in the rafter there, and I look at her and I say, "Step back over here, come back over here," because I knew if she saw it and it was right above her, that would be the end of it. It'd have been the end. So I was like, just come over this way. Just come here. Don't think about why. Just come here. Is there some date of miscongeniality that I'm not aware of? I didn't know that that was a specific date for that. Yeah, we were planning on doing our live stream yesterday, but uh, as I said earlier, because it was my birthday yesterday, so we were planning to do one for my birthday, but then YouTube wouldn't let us live stream for 24 hours or whatever. So I figured I'd go ahead and do it today. Yeah, Amy was definitely a trooper. As soon as we, you know, played with it for a little while, messed with it, she went right back to work. And we kind of ignored it. We know it's up there, but until the day that it drops down on top of us, as long as it doesn't do that, it'll live a long, happy life, I'm sure. If it does that, will not live much longer. Thanks, Simply Jan. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bacon Leg. It was a black rat snake, Homestead Aquarius. It's the second one I've seen. It's actually the only snake that I've seen here. I did see one black snake that I don't know what it was in the woods, a really big black snake when I was walking through one time. They kind of scurried off and went into the creek. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a rat snake. It found a good spot. I mean, it's behind insulation. I mean, if I were a snake, that's exactly where I'd go. Nice warm spot. Thanks, Bacon Leg. It is pretty nice out here. Yeah, I don't mind critters. I just don't want to touch some of them. I'm fine with them existing. I'm fine with them being around. Same with like spiders. I'm fine with you being around. but just don't touch me and we're good. I did find a baby snake in the garden the other day, though. I don't know what kind it was. It was a little brown snake. I did, Lizzie. Not right now, I don't think. Amy and I were talking about this yesterday. That if you would have told me this time last year I would be doing what I'm doing right now, I wouldn't have believed you. Um, and I would have said probably let's not get carried away. Um, I wanted land. I wanted to do exactly what we're doing. I just didn't think it was going to be possible to do. But here we are. The guy, when we saw this property, the Thursday before, we had decided, we were kind of looking, but we weren't really finding anything, and everything we were finding was either pretty expensive or just not really what we were looking for. And the Thursday before, we said, all right, we're going to stop looking. We're going to just focus on the house that we have. We're going to improve it, and then in 3 years we'll look and we'll buy. Then we'll look again. So we kind of settled on that. The very next day, a guy at work that I work with who knew I was looking for stuff, he was also looking. He sent me this property the very next day. And so I looked at it and I was like, okay, great, fine. I got to go look at this place. And it was one of the first places I actually looked at. Actually, it was the first large property I looked at. And I went and saw it once. And then I was like, well, I got to get Amy. So Amy went and saw it the same weekend. And we put an offer in it the day that Amy saw it. And we got it. It is weird though that we've done that with our first house and this house. It was the only house we saw, and we made an offer basically within a week of seeing it, and we bought both of them. Ramdas, I'm more than satisfied here. I think it was so quick that we bought it because it fit pretty much every category of what we were looking for, and even more in some cases. It was a little bit scary with the fixer-upper house, but I have no problem with that, and it wasn't in such. There was no structural problems with it. It was just, you know, all the finishes needed to be redone, so I wasn't afraid of that at all. But when I think about this place and I look at this place and I sit out here in the evenings, I could not be happier with this place. I think we found a diamond in the rough. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's more than I really could have dreamed of. It's got so much potential on the land that we haven't even scraped the surface of what we can do, because it's 60 acres of land that we can manipulate and move and build paths and maybe even a pond one day, and um, just kind of make our own. So, short answer, absolutely satisfied. We have an infestation of whippoorwills. It's back over there where we were earlier when we saw it. Amy, you might be onto something. I bet it likes that because it can echo out of that. I wonder if it can. Thanks for the question. Really appreciate it. So the good thing I think Homestead Aquarius about this is really all I need to do is build a dam. So the way that the property's set up, the spring comes out kind of at the top of the hill and goes down and works its way out. So really, well, all I need to do is dam it up at the bottom and then let it fill itself in. At least that's my idea. I'm going to get somebody who actually knows what they're talking about come and look at it, but when I get to that point, but I really would just want to dam it up at the bottom because there's kind of a valley where it goes. Dam it up at the bottom, let it run over into this spring where it was before. So we're not really affecting anybody downspring. But just collect some of that water. And there is an idea, at least as well, about maybe even building a smaller little reservoir up here at the top where the spring head is. And then actually, my Uncle William pointed out a really good idea, this ram pump concept, where I may be able to pump some water uphill from that down the spring. I haven't figured out the logistics of that just yet, but if I can get irrigation up to the top of the hill without even using a well, that'd be pretty sweet. Just using the power of the spring. But it's not a high flow spring. That's the only thing that, it doesn't, it's not pouring out like a spring or like a river or anything, but it definitely has a flowing water. So if you can capture that flow and gravity and downhill, then you should be able to build one of those and pump water uphill back up to this field. It's either that or we do rainwater, or we just keep doing this, use our well and pump water out to it. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's more than one way to get water to the top of this hill. Yeah, I definitely want a pond. I just don't know how big a one I want, but truthfully, we've got so much space that we could have a really big pond down there. It just depends on what's feasible. But I would, one of the things that I kind of wanted was a pond or something where I could, stock it with fish and go fishing. That would be a dream of mine too. So I'm going to try to do that. And, but it's going to take a little while. First things first, let me get this garden done. Let me get this house fixed. It is funny when you buy something, you want to do all of it at once, but you can't. You have to, understand that all things in due time. Let me put some stuff on this fire here. This will do it. She's about to blow. That sounds awesome, Simply Jan. I'll just call you Jan. I don't know why I call you Simply Jan. You're just Jan. Yeah, all the people in the area, there's a guy that we know, the guy that hays the fields too. He and some other guys that have come around here, but they all knew the family that lived here because they've been here forever. And they knew the property before that family even moved in. And when they were kids, they used to go down to the spring head and get and have to bring water back up to the house because there wasn't a well. And so he remembered going down there as a kid from that spring and getting buckets of water and carrying it back up the hill. Yeah, it's true, Amy, but I haven't even been yet. I've been too busy with the garden to go fishing, but that's okay. Fishing time comes once the work's done. Yeah, we're like 15 minutes from a pretty large lake. So I wish you guys could feel this thing. It's hot now. Feels good. And it's been over 2 hours. Yeah, and I just think too with a pond, a pond brings a new ecosystem to your property as well. It allows you to stock it, and you can eat the fish that you stock the pond with, and that's cool to me too. So the whole self-sustainability of a property sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I necessarily want to go completely off grid ever. I may never do that. I'm not that kind of person, but I do like the idea of a piece of land being all you need to survive. Um, Even though, it's only so feasible, but if you can have fish and meat and vegetables and everything that you want to, and you got water coming off of the land, um, and you could survive off of that stuff. That sounds cool to me. Yeah, and Amy wants frogs, so she loves frogs. We built her a little frog pond in the front yard of our other house. They have frogs everywhere at that place, and we built a little waterfall pond. Now, don't tell her. She'll want all of them, and we'll be broke because she'll want all the frogs. He's back over there again. Let's go see if we can see him again. That whippoorwill. All right, sneak up on him. I don't know if my camera is good enough for you guys to catch all that. of scary looking. And that UFO's really shining its light down. Yeah, the Shed Wars stuff has been really good for us this year, though. I mean, honestly, it was a little bit of a surprise to us. We just kind of joined in. We weren't really sure what we were getting into. I'm not sure we still know what we're getting into, but you guys have been pretty awesome for us to, push us along. I don't think we'd be able to accomplish half this stuff if we just didn't have a good reason like Shed Wars. So, what you guys are doing there is pretty awesome. Or what we're doing, I guess, is pretty awesome. And I'm pretty excited about it. When we get our first radish here soon, and we can actually eat something from what we've grown, it'll be a big deal to us. Yeah, even all this stuff I'm burning here, I'm going to take these ashes, I'm going to spread it on the garden. Just always thinking about ways to repurpose things. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can complain, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really do us any good, nor anyone else. And I think complaining is a private thing. And I did, Amy. Yeah, we had some what do they call them? Web worms in our apple tree. So I cut the little, just one limb had them on there, but they had a ton of caterpillars or worms or whatever in them. So I threw them in this fire. So they did not have a good night. Hey, City Girl, Country Heart, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Here, let me do this. Oops. Hey, I made my first moderator. Not that we need one, but made Amy a moderator. Hey, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. How are you? Oh, it's real nice. It's been burning for a while now. I'm starting to get to the end of, well, I say that. I've got a whole pile of wood on the other side over here, but I'm not going to go get that. We still have plenty over this way. We've been, clearing brush and pulling stuff out from in these just a small amount of woods, and it's plenty to burn. Speaking of which, hey, thanks for stopping in, Abby's Life. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I was talking to Chicken Johnny earlier on one of his videos where they were talking about the fine for, what is the name of that other channel? What is the name? I cannot think of it all of a sudden. The vineyard chicks. That's what it was. The vineyard chicks. And told him I would be the. I wanted to be in the Supreme Court of Shed Wars. Chief Justice Danny. Thanks, Abby. Yeah, no, it's worked out pretty well. Oh, I've been here for 2.5 hours. I didn't expect it to be this long. I didn't expect anybody to really show up, but I'm glad you guys did. It's been nice. Thanks, City Girl Country Heart. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll do some more lives, maybe some collaboration lives or something. Again, this is our first time even spinning it up. So oh, that'd be cool. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have anywhere to go. I'll be here. Hey, Mackenzie. Hey, the Wickershire. Oh boy. Oh boy, they're all popping in now. It's Crazy Homestead. How you doing? Heritage Heart. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I got to get a bigger fire for this. Can't have this little itty bitty fire. Hey, Vineyard Chicks. I was just talking about you guys. There we go. That's for all you guys coming in from Gail's Southern Living. Appreciate y'all. Conrad, I'm just burning brush and some bushes we tore down and some limbs from trees we pruned and just random stuff. And a little bit of cardboard we had around here that we don't need. Hey, Chris Clevercraft. We're doing good. Just enjoying our first live stream. Staying warm by the fire. Worcestershire is just a backyard. We're actually, there's the house right there. That's how close we are. I do want to do some camping videos because I want to go out deep in the woods and do some camping, but right now I'm just cleaning up some brush here and staying warm and enjoying the weather. We're in Central Virginia, Conrad. Hey, Gail, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. We appreciate the raid. It's great to have people. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. Thanks for the subscribe. That's awesome. Thanks, Rusty Pepper, North and South Homestead, Free Handley Made. Trying to make sure I get everybody here. Mid South Homestead. Oh, nice, Wickershire. Gail, it's a big raid to us. We've never had anything like it. Yeah, Garden State Gardener, it sure is. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to like 87. I think it's 83 tomorrow and 87 the next day. So it's going to get warm. I, for one, welcome it. This winter was cold, felt long, and I think a lot of it was, we bought this property in October, August, or September-ish time frame, and so we've known nothing but winter, and we're ready for some spring and summer. It is warm, Warren. Especially when I put we had this old box bush that we just had a pile of set over in the woods, and so it really flames up. It is the Piedmont section Garden State Gardener. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, Gail. I'm glad you guys could be here too. Yeah, for our first live stream, we're pretty happy with it. We weren't expecting anybody. I expected it was just going to be me and Amy sitting in here because she's back at the other house. So we said if nothing else, we'd just sit here and talk to each other. We tried to do a live stream yesterday, Gail, and they made us wait 24 hours or something. Or yeah, we were trying to set it up Saturday for yesterday, but they made us wait 24 hours to verify our channel or something, and so I couldn't get it till today. Heritage Heart, we've had our channels since November, I think. Appreciate it, Conrad Homestead. Right. Chris's Clever Craft. That's right. You just sit here and you're like, am I supposed to be saying something? Because no one is here. But I know that this is recorded, so I should probably say something. Appreciate it, Taz Dallas Stars, hockey fan. Oh, yeah, I've been to Chester a few times, farming HVAC. It's close to where some of Amy's family lives. Nice. 149, huh? No, I'm not camping, Taz. I'm just burning some brush in the backyard. You're listening to the whippoorwills in the background. Chatting with you guys, you fine folks. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know us, and a lot of you are new, we bought this property back in September October timeframe, and so we started our YouTube channel in November. We joined Shed Wars in, I guess it was January, or we at least talked about joining it and started watching Shed Wars stuff, and then you know, it's been kind of a blur. We just started a garden here. We've got about an acre of land in a field. We got 60 acres total, 62 acres, and we got about an acre of field over here that we're turning into a garden this year. So it's brand new. I mean, we tilled it straight out of the field. It was just a hay field, and so we're trying to um, grow food. My wife is Amy Woots. Yeah, Worcestershire. I'm definitely going to be doing that too, just also so we can collaborate a little bit easier. Yeah, City Girl Country Art. It's a lot bigger than we thought. I was only really looking for 20 acres, which is plenty. But when we found this, it was too good to pass up. Chris's Clevercraft. We do have two houses right now. We're getting the other one ready to sell it. But for right now, we have two. So we're floating two mortgages, living the American dream. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're in Shed Wars, Ed. Yeah, we haven't put out too many videos. We've been kind of quiet, but it's our first year. We're just trying to do what we can and make as many friends as we can. And this fire is about to go out. Yeah, Chris's Clevercraft. If we can sell this house now, we're trying to sell it now. We will be in pretty good shape. Now is definitely the time to sell if you can. One of the great things about us um, is that we bought this house when it was low, and because we floated both of them, we can sell the other one when it's high. Which is, normally when you're buying and selling a house, if you buy a house or you sell your house at a high, you're going to buy it high because the market's high. So, for us to kind of space this out a little bit has actually helped us. We're on Team Woodcutter, City Girl Country Heart. Warren, our old house was not really in a city, but it was in a neighborhood. So the houses were fairly close together, but we liked it because it was a nice neighborhood, but you had to drive past cows to get to it. The city kind of encroached upon it a little bit, though. So that's another reason. It wasn't really the main reason why we wanted to move, but it was, one of the many reasons why we decided to get some land. Yeah, Team Woodcutter. All right, I got to stoke this fire here. It's looking pathetic. 1 second. That'll catch on. I didn't see it, but Heritage Heart, have a good night. Hello, our cabin in the woods. So Taz, I have not been hunting. I haven't had land to hunt, and I haven't been an avid hunter in years. But this is prime real estate for hunting. There are deer everywhere. There's turkeys. There, the surrounding property, all the way, basically almost all the way around it, is leased to hunters. So there's a lot of hunting that goes on around here. So I'll get back into it, I'm sure. It's not something where I'm not one of those people that's, oh, I've got to, the first day go out and hunt. I just haven't really been that kind of person. Nothing against it. I just haven't done it. But this is the place to do it. Yeah, Warren Lewis, definitely find some property if you can. It's worth it. I mean, it's not easy to do necessarily. It's a little bit of a risk to jump to go do stuff, but you know, as I said earlier too, they're not making any more of it. So get what you can. And in the South, there's a lot of places with cheap land that's really good land. I mean, we're this property, since we're in the Piedmont area of Virginia, we're basically dead center of Charlottesville, Lynchburg, and Richmond, but we're not anywhere near, or we're not too close to them. So it's out there, but it's really not that far out there. It's about an hour each way, a little over an hour. Hello, who is it? We're in Central Virginia, Mid-South Homestead. Yeah, a lot of people are going to Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people right now are moving to rural areas for lots of different reasons. You know, really, none of those were the reasons why we did it. We wanted to just have land. So, it just happened to be that we beat some of the crowd for just different reasons. Yeah, Chris, we're going the opposite. We're just going to just go so far into debt that we just can't handle ourselves. Now, it right now we are in a lot of debt because we have two mortgages. But when we sell the other house, we're going to invest that money back into this house, and our goal though is to pay this property down because this property was cheaper than our other house. As crazy as that sounds, our other house cost probably 100 grand more than this property with 60 acres. So it's a nice house, nice 4 bedroom house, and I probably could have been happy there, and in a normal life, but it really wasn't what I dreamed of having. So yeah, we were over there in this 8,000 square foot lot is what we had. So we barely had any room. It had some trees in the backyard, so we were trying to grow vegetables in raised beds with very little sunlight. So only a part of the raised bed would actually get enough sun to grow anything. So I had okra, just to give you an example of how desperate I guess I was. Okra in a 3 by 3 foot spot in the middle of our backyard in a raised bed. That was the only place in the yard that we could get enough sun for okra to grow. But in that 3 by 3 foot spot was enough for every 2 days for me to go out there, cut okra off, and have enough okra for a meal. So you don't need a lot of space, but it is nice to have it. Yeah, we did. We did expand that a little bit, although we went against our HOAs. Our HOA said that you could only have gardens in the backyard, and they had to be hidden from view. But we did get a lot of sun on the side of our house, so we just kind of pushed those rules a little bit and did three large, like 12 by 4 foot raised beds on the side of the house, and we grew all kinds of stuff over there, just waiting to get in trouble. But they never did. They never did get mad at us. Yeah, I mean, I understand kind of why HOAs exist in certain areas, but you know, it's just not what we want. We want to be able to do whatever we want with our property. Now, no matter where you go, you still usually can't do that because there's always regulations. There's always some permits you have to build anything or do whatever you want. So, unfortunately, it's the world you live in. But if I can help it, I'd like to live in the least restrictive place that I can find. And this is you know A1 zone. You can pretty much do whatever you want. It's usually on the deed, Chris. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could probably go down to whatever administration building there is in your city. I don't know exactly what they're called, but usually on the deed. I can't remember exactly where we saw that, but I think it was on the deed. Maybe it wasn't. No, Worcestershire, that bird does not know it's bedtime. It only starts doing that in the evenings, and it does it until pretty late. Yep, it's a whippoorwill, city girl. We've been chasing them around tonight. They fly right up by the house, and they're pretty loud when they get up close. Worcestershire, you're going to be pretty drunk if you do that. You're going to have a bad night. I think I need to get another beer here. That's interesting, Homestead Aquarius. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know much about whippoorwills. I just know that that's what that is, and they make a lot of noise. But it's not bad. It's not annoying really. Yeah, definitely better than a woodpecker. Although we have those too. Permaculture hobo, huh? Well, I mean, if he wants to court me, he could start by doing some work. There's plenty of work to be done. He could bring some wood and put it on the fire. At least all the traffic and stuff is calmed down, so it's super quiet besides these fellas. Not many stars tonight. It's a little bit overcast. There's some, but there's a little bit of cloud cover. The moon is completely full, though. Super bright. It was bright last night, too. So, Wickshire, one thing, and I meant to respond to you earlier as well on that. So, with this property, a lot of about 7 years ago, they did lumber, all the hardwoods and stuff. It is all hardwoods, which is nice. And so it's all growing back now. So there's some spots in there of woods, which I'm happy with. I would have probably preferred it being, old wood, but um, I settled for this and said I'll wait a little bit for the rest of it to grow back up. Um, but there's definitely still a lot of forest space in there, but not a ton of good lumber. Well, I don't want pine, so I don't want pine. There's pine all around, and I'm not really doing it for the wood too. I'd rather just have woods than sell it, but um, I want the hardwoods to grow back. Of course, it'll take 40 years or so. It'll be a good retirement plan. I'll sell all the hardwoods when they grow back. Yeah, Warren, when it's not kind of cloudy and the moon's not as bright as it is tonight, you can see every star. You can see the light glow from the cities, or what we call cities. It's really a small town, but it does have some light pollution, but not a lot out here. Homestead Aquarius is funny. You said that because I said when I bought this, and I kept telling Amy that I'm just doing real life Minecraft out here. Hey, Coupon Gale. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. It's getting dark out here. You can barely see me, I'm sure. I don't know if I can move this to help. Here, I'll just move a little closer. This too. A little more residual heat here from the fire too. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you're in IT. So I've been in IT for 20 years. It's a good career, and you can make a lot of money doing it. But you know, anything where you have to sit behind a desk all day, it starts to wear on you, especially after, like you said, Worcestershire 20 years. Next thing you know, but you know, at a certain point, you got to adjust, change your life. Still makes good money though. Yeah, I worked in support and I did some networking in the Marine Corps, and we did everything in the Marine Corps: server networking, um, you know, general's wife's BlackBerry. Um, but then I kind of got into automation and a little bit of development, and that's what I've been doing in the last few years. But you know, I think and I also took a leadership route, which I really enjoyed. Not everything about it, but I like the idea of um, leading people and mentoring people, coaching people. That's fun to me, and and I think I'm good at it. But I wasn't really good at the politics of it, and I don't think I'll ever be good at the politics of it. So I kind of reached my pinnacle there, and I want to do something different now. And the way I look at it is, what I'm doing now is the same thing. It's just a different system. When you work in systems, you're troubleshooting how things work. You're trying to figure things out. You're reverse engineering things, and I feel that that's exactly the same in gardening and in farming. Is you're reverse engineering um, what makes your plants grow. So you try some things, just like I did in IT. If had a problem, I'd try some new things and figure out what worked. Um, so that's it's really the same thing, same skill set, just different topic. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Vineyard Chicks. I really appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, Jan. It's like, there's always politics. You have to have I mean, everything has politics. I mean, and we understand it, but sometimes you got to suck it up for those politics. But then there comes a time where you have to just make some good life decisions and try something new. Yeah, at Worcestershire, one of our next purchases is going to be a bagger for our zero turn mower, so we can bag up the grass and use it in our compost. So we figure we've got enough brush to chip up and grass to cut that we can make some great compost out of 60 acres. Jan, I think that is also important too. The health thing, when you're 20, it doesn't matter. You know, you're fine. You can do whatever you want and your body doesn't feel it, and stress doesn't affect you in the way that it does when you get a little bit older. You also care a little less, so you're not even that stressed out. But the older you get, the more serious about things you get, the more that those things affect your life, and and then you have to make good decisions about yourself and what's best for you, not necessarily always what you want to do, but what's good for you. Good night, Warren. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, definitely find that land. It's out there. You just got to find it. Good night, Farm and HVAC. Definitely thanks for coming in, and especially staying as long as you did. I really appreciate it. All right, City Girl, Country Heart. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess it's probably about that time. Everybody's got to go to work in the morning. You can't just sit up all night by the fire here. But I definitely appreciate you guys coming by. I mean, it's for our first live stream, I couldn't ask for more. So, it's pretty awesome that all of you made it. Again, we were just expecting me and Amy to be sitting here talking with ourselves. But and you guys made me work more because I got more brush burnt than I probably would have if you guys weren't here. Oh, my bad. I shouldn't have reminded you guys about work. I mean, you got to dream. Is that it? It's the next thing you're going to be doing. There you go, Chris. whatever. I do what I want. I have that. So when I was in the Marine Corps, uh, there were two sayings that I have had, and when I left or got out, they gave me a K bar with an inscription on it, and one of the sayings was, "Whatever, I do what I want," and then the other one was Corporal Bowen, which is my last name. The internet is down. But yeah, I always used to tell them whatever. They try to tell me what to do, and I had short timer syndrome at that point. So I was definitely uh, messing with them. When they used to tell me the internet is down, because people would always call me because I was running the website for the base, and when the website would go down or something, they'd say that the internet was down. Uh, if I didn't mean to say I'm not active duty anymore, obviously. When I was in the Marine Corps, still a Marine, but I was in the Marine Corps at that time. But yeah, we were, the last 6 months. I actually got out of the Marine Corps 7 days before the stop loss for Iraq. So, all right, see you, Taz. Appreciate you stopping by. Later, Rusty Pepper. Definitely thanks for coming in. Good night, Gail. Definitely appreciate the raid. Again, it was a big raid to us, a massive raid. So we appreciate all your influence and how you've shouted out us in your videos. You definitely got us a lot of followers. So you're doing us good. So we really appreciate it. Yeah, Robert. I mean, that's what I did. That's how I got into it. I didn't I didn't go to college or anything. I uh I was a C student because I did aced all my tests, but I didn't like doing homework. And I joined the Marine Corps because a recruiter came up and talked to me, and I had two options I felt in life, which was I could either join the Marine Corps or I could become a bag boy at the grocery store up the street. And so I said, well, I might as well do the more difficult thing. And that's pretty much how it started. A lot of people say, well, why do you join? You want to do all this? I really, unfortunately, joined because I didn't have anything better to do. But I did join the Marine Corps because it was the best. That was my, you know, the reasoning behind it. And I always wanted to do the hardest things for some reason. Still do to this day. But it definitely gave me a career. And actually, one of the main reasons why I got out was they actually outsourced what we were doing. So it was really a no-brainer. We welcome Team Will It Grow, even though they still have to ask the question. We know the answer. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. It is getting late. Amy's got to go to bed. She's well way past her bedtime. I know she's so excited because you guys all came in. So I know you definitely put a smile on Amy's face. Put a smile on mine as well. So I really appreciate it. Um, again, we this is more than we could have asked for a first live stream that we didn't even plan. We just threw up. So, and my fire is dying down, and I don't have a whole lot of other stuff to burn, but I'll get more stuff to burn, and we'll do this again. Jan, tell your grandson Semper Fi. We love you too, Jan. We really appreciate you. Again, you shouting that out. So that was honestly, it made Amy tear up, and I almost did when you made that video about us, and we really appreciate that. Yeah, we'll let the whippoorwill take you out. Y'all have a great night. Love you too, Lizzie. Good night, everybody.